Hello, friends. Welcome back to Soul GPS Tarot. Today's reading is a message that's meant to find you right now. It's a pick a card reading, and we have three groups to choose from. Group number one will use the Universal Celtic Tarot. Group number two, the Tarot of Mystical Moments. And group number three, the Good Tarot. Take a moment and focus in and see which of the piles, which of the groups is calling to you the most strongly. And then go to the description and click on the timestamp, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, group number one. If you chose the Universal Celtic Tarot, then this is your reading. We're going to begin by giving the deck another quick shuffle, although they've been very well shuffled. And then we'll allow 6 cards to present themselves, and we'll pull some oracle cards as well. Today is simply a message that is meant to reach you right now. So it'll be a little different for everybody, but if this is your group, then you will know it by the message that appears. Okay, good shuffle, and we'll allow the cards to come out now. That one, that's one. Two, three, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, group number one. If we do this, yeah, they're hidden. I'm gonna set them right here for a moment. And we're gonna choose, I think, 2 cards from the little guide deck. One, two. And finally, we will do 1 card from the spirit, the animal spirit guide. One. Okay, group number 1. Make sure everything's good here. Okie doke. So let's begin with your oracle cards. Card number 1, we have Dream. And card number 2, we have Curiosity. Oh, I love those. That's awesome. And then from the Animal Spirit Guide, we have Phoenix. Wow. Wow. Okay. So already, group number 1, I'm getting some messages for you around some new energy coming in. And obviously with the Phoenix, I feel this rising from the ashes energy. So I'm going to put your oracle cards to the side. Hopefully you can at least still see the words. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, and your tarot cards. We've got Temperance. Let's bring her here. Like that. You have the King of Wands. Man. You've got the Ten of Wands. You've got the Hierophant. Wow. Strength. And the Six of Swords. Oof, this is a powerful group number 1. I'm going to move these up so you can see them all. Always tricky to make sure everything shows up. You see the words? No, you still can't see the words. scoot over things. All right, you guys, I'm sorry. This is a mess. Okay, I think everybody's sort of in there. Um, wow. So we have got the Temperance card clarified by the Hierophant. Those are two major arcana. We have another major arcana here in the Strength card. So power, power, power. Phoenix, power. King of Wands, power. So interesting. King of Wands clarified by Strength. 10 of Wands clarified by Six of Swords. Very, very clear. So the message, group number 1, that's meant to reach you right now is there's a need for balance here with the Temperance card. That's where you start. You start with balance and tapping in to your inner wisdom, tapping into your dreams, finding the place inside you that still has this curiosity. Because the curiosity and the dreams are where you're going to find the energy of the phoenix, which will build your strength here in the King of Wands. And strength will build your inner strength. Because in the Ten of Wands, we feel this heaviness, this burden, this feeling that you've been weighed down. The good news on the Ten of Wands is that you're nearly done. You're about to collect your harvest. The Six of Swords is the need to make a move, the need to sail on to calmer waters. This boat is being guarded by 6 hands with swords surrounding it in the water. It's a protected journey. So where you are right now is at this crossroads in life where you need to keep your own counsel. And what do I mean by that? I mean, in a sense, you have to come out of your head. You may have the desire to get advice um, for what is already kind of tried and true, and you might be thinking of taking that path. It's not wrong, but you need to make sure that you bring with this move your actual dreams, your sense of curiosity, the strength of this phoenix. If you kind of go for the tried and true without first balancing yourself, going inward and finding this deep well of strength. And what I mean by that is that there is a you which is connected to the divine. This version of you could call it your higher self. It does not know um, pain and heartbreak. It knows love and curiosity and dreaming and flying and soaring and caring and all the things. And then the you that's walking around here on earth, it's life and we experience things that can be difficult. But this whole reading is saying that you're in this amazing transition moment where if you can tap into this inner strength, this higher self energy, and offer it up to the parts of you which are feeling overburdened and out of balance. Offer up just a listening ear. Allow the parts of you that are feeling overburdened and frustrated to speak. Ask them what it is that they need. It's having a conversation with yourself. When you do that, you step away from the parts of your psyche that are carrying a lot of bad feelings. You don't leave them. You just get a little bit of space and perspective. And the perspective you're gaining is the perspective of your self, your higher self. When you step into that higher self, you begin to grow the capacity of you and all of the parts of your psyche to connect with that higher self energy and get this wonderful strength and healing and calm and comfort from this amazing being on the inside of you. From there, you can dream. You can exercise your curiosity, and that's where the phoenix energy comes from. The King of Wands is this master of passions. He's got I don't know if you can see it, I'll pick it up. He's got the red dragon coming around the tree here. And the King of Wands is full of charm and charisma. So it's, again, that phoenix energy, So the dragon and the phoenix are kind of playing off each other. In order to relieve this sense of burden, you need to go into that higher self. And I'm feeling the Hierophant in this case as, yes, it can be a guide for you, but be careful you don't go for the tried and true without taking your higher self with you. There's a path that is for you, and you will know it because it will incite curiosity, because it will give you a sense of inner strength, a sense of passion, and excitement. And this Six of Swords, this moving on, this protected journey, at the end of it, I think you collect on this Ten of Wands. I think you bring in the harvest of your own self and your true path in life. So as I'm saying this, it feels disjointed to me because it feels kind of channely. So I'm aware of it, but I'm not, I don't feel like I'm directing it. So if hopefully it makes sense to you because it's for you. So group number one, yeah, you have some amazing power coming up in you right now, and it is directing you on your right path. Be led by curiosity. Offer your system this safety of listening into it, of not rejecting the parts that feel overburdened, but saying, tell me about that. What is it that you need? What is it that you want? You want to start that dialogue. It puts you in the energy of the higher self. And your path will lay itself out for you as you enter this energy. And you will have a protected journey that will take you to just exactly where you not only need to go, but where you will want to go. Group number one, I'm going to finish up your reading with a fortune cookie oracle card, just to give us a final message that's meant to reach you today. That guy felt like he was wanting to come out. perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Yeah, what's ahead is you rising from the ashes as a phoenix, you being prepared for a protected journey to what piques your curiosity, to what you've been dreaming of. You will have the strength and the wisdom and the fortitude and the support to get there. So persevere, stay with it. Group number one, thank you so much for being here. If you would hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when I upload new videos, and leave me a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you. That would be wonderful. And I hope to see you in my very next video. And until then, take care. Bye. Hey, group number two. If you chose the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this is your reading. I'm going to give the cards that have been very well shuffled another quick shuffle. And then I'm going to allow 6 of the cards to present themselves for you. And then we'll take some oracle cards and start your reading. Group number 2, the question today is just what message is meant to reach you today? Let's allow your cards to come out. One, 2, 5, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, group number 1, we're going to put your cards here for a moment while I pull a couple of cards from the little guide deck for you. One and 2. And 1 card from the Animal Spirit Guide. One. Okay. At the very end, group number 2, I will pull a fortune cookie oracle for you as usual. So let's begin with your oracle cards. Oh, inner child, you know I love that one. And peace. Oh my goodness. I love that. And the Phoenix, which also came out in group number 1. So if that is of interest to you, you might check out group number 1. Your tarot cards, number 1. We have Strength, which also came out in a different deck in group number 1. Let me see, I kind of wanna scoot these over just a tad. There we go. So we have Strength there. Number 2, we have the High Priestess. 3, we have the King of Swords. The energy in these piles is massive. All right, I don't know what I'm doing here. Just trying to make some space here. You might not see the whole thing, and I'll bring it back. We have the Devil right underneath Strength. We'll take a look at that. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the Emperor. Oh my goodness. Make sure you can see all these. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Wow. All right. So now, how can I just make sure that these guys are showing up? Maybe we'll go right over here with the Phoenix. There we go. Okay. Whew, group number two is like the energy pouring off of this reading. Again, similar to group number one. Different cards mostly, but some of the same cards. So very, very interesting. You have got 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana out of 6 cards. That is huge, powerful energy. Big life themes. And then we have the King of Swords. She's a female king, and we'll talk about that. And your only pip card, your only number card, is the Eight of Pentacles. These are all positive cards, with the possible exception of the Devil, but it's not the Devil. It has to do with a kind of an energy. So the fact that we have Inner Child, Peace, and Phoenix is telling me that there's some healing that you may have already been working on, actually, because I'm seeing just so much strength and intuition and manifestation and hard work and mastery. You know, it looks like you've already been doing quite a lot of work on healing your inner child. So it feels like for you, the Phoenix card is something that has been happening. And I think probably that what you had to do, in a sense, was to free your inner child from the devil energy. And let me explain the devil a little bit. It really can have to do, it can talk about addiction. It can talk about feeling trapped in something. You can see it has spider webs and so forth. And, you know, in this particular um, illustration, you know, it's this lovely looking mushroom dressed woman, but she has spider legs. That's creepy. Um, she's holding a couple of cherries there. And this type of mushroom, actually, if you found it in the woods without the woman on it, I believe is quite poisonous. And you know what? I want to take a look at the guidebook for this deck for you, because it's such rich imagery with the devil. And I just want to read to you what it has to say. Let's see, it's going to be right here. Okay. The card of the devil shows a spider woman who lures you into her web. She is sitting on a red mushroom, a warning of danger and poison. The spider's look is alluring, and she is trying to tempt you by offering sweet cherries. She preys on your weaknesses and delusions. She has patiently weaved her spider web, which appears delicate but is actually unbreakable. If you are not careful, you can get trapped in the spider web of submission and indulgence. And the meaning of the card in its upright position is obsessions, traps, temptations, delusions, allure, corruption, enmeshment, and indulgence. Yeah. So, with all of these positive, strong cards around it, I feel like the message for you is starting out with, well done, you. You have battled something that was probably a coping mechanism for a wounded inner child. It was just looking for peace, right? It was looking for comfort. And it can be an effective coping mechanism to go for whatever it is, an activity or a substance or whatever, to kind of mute some of the feelings that come with that wounding. but it has unfortunate and unintended consequences when we go down that path, hence the web and the poison. It's like, yes, it gives temporary comfort, and then it causes a whole slew of other problems that you then have to deal with. So it seems to me like you have really been applying strength to this issue. And it seems to me that you are being counseled here with the high priestess to tune in, to use your intuition. And you see the blue shell necklace at her throat. This has to do with her expressing her truth, the truth, accessing it intuitively and expressing it. And the fact that this piece um, rose is kind of a blue color as well leads me to tie these two together. And I think this has to do with doing the intuitive work of listening to the inner child. Because what it is looking for is peace. It is looking for calm and comfort and to stop reliving the same hurt over and over and over again. So you can kind of strong arm your way past an obsession or an addiction for a certain amount of time. But in order to rise like the phoenix and overcome it entirely and forever, you have to go back and do some healing and let this little one out of that painful moment because it's stuck there. So this requires this deeply intuitive energy, and for you to communicate for this inner child, to go inside and ask this inner child what it needs, what it's doing, when did it get stuck there. And I would say if you're dealing with inner child healing work, I would really recommend finding a therapist who does inner child work. And one of the modalities for that I love is internal family systems. So finding a therapist who specializes in internal family systems or some other inner child healing work would be really helpful, a really good idea. And it will enhance and potentially speed up the process of your healing and render it more permanent than you trying to strong arm your way through it. But you've done an amazing job so far. The King of Swords is a very strategic thinker. She's taken this needle, which is her sword, and she's stringing the stars from the heavens onto her string of lights, and she knows exactly which one to put on next. And that's leading me to reiterate what I said about finding a therapist, because there is a strategic way, in a sense, to communicate with that whole system of parts that grows up around a wounded, exiled child part of your psyche. There are protective parts and firefighter parts, the ones that go for the addictions and obsessions, to just put out the bad feelings like a fire. And a skilled therapist who works on inner child healing and particularly with internal family systems therapy knows exactly how to help you go to the right parts first, so that you're not re-traumatizing your system. You know, that's not a helpful thing to do. You want to bring peace to this inner child. You don't want to upset the apple cart. So finding somebody who knows what they're doing to help you out is a great idea. And a resource you can use is to go to psychologytoday.com, for example, and just I think you can filter for your own area and zip code, your type of insurance, and the type of therapy that they do, whether the person is male or female, et cetera, et cetera. So you can really narrow it down. So coming back around to the Eight of Pentacles, in this case, the Eight of Pentacles has to do with finding pleasure in your work, and mastering your craft. But in this case, because this is a little girl who's painting a butterfly that she's also holding and hugging, um, I think the inner work is the work of giving this inner child meaningful engagement with you, and you doing the work, which is very loving, of letting it out of prison in a way and helping it to become whole and soothed and able to let go of the burdens that it's been carrying. And the Emperor is absolutely, I think, really you at the culmination of this process, the Emperor and the Phoenix. The Emperor has mastered the whole thing and is this strong, grounded leader. And what happens when you tap in and help the inner child is that you also discover your higher self. You discover this energy that is at the core of you, that is connected to the divine. And now, for the little inner child, there is not only an adult parent at home inside of you, but it's also the perfect parent. Whereas our human parents really can't be perfect because they're human and they're also carrying around little wounded children in their minds. Um, but we can heal the system to such a degree that this emperor energy becomes available across the board. And this is why there's so much power just emanating from your reading, because you've already gone part of the way. You've done good work. And if you can just kind of go back and bring the little child part of your psyche with you into the healing, you'll have this kind of safe, secure ecosystem for your whole psyche, and you will be able to live in your strength and use your creativity and walk away from things that seem appealing on the outside but are actually poisonous and destructive. You'll be able to build the life that is calling to you, that you love, that your inner child will love. And that is you rising from the ashes like the phoenix. So, group number 2, lots and lots of power in this reading. And as promised, I'm going to pull a fortune cookie oracle card for your final message. And this is the message that was meant to reach you right now. Positive work outcomes. Well, I will take that as just what we were talking about. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. I'm going to say, thinking of potentially doing some internal child healing therapy would be definitely worth it. Group number 2, thank you so much for being here. If you would take a second and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed so you get updated when I upload a new reading, and leave me a comment. That would be wonderful. I hope to see you in my very next reading, and until then, take care. Bye. Hi, group number 3. If you chose the Good Tarot, then this is your reading. I'm going to begin by giving the very well shuffled cards another quick shuffle. And then we're going to allow 6 of the cards to present themselves for your reading. We'll pull a few oracle cards and then we'll get started. Group number 3, the topic today is a message meant to reach you right now. So this will be quite particular to you. And let's go ahead and cut that and allow the cards to start coming out now. That guy. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, and this one, 6. All right, group number 3, we're going to set your tarot cards here for a moment while we pull a little guide deck card. Well, 2 of them actually, I hope. One. And 2. And finally, we will pull 1 card from the Animal Spirit Guide. There we go. All right, group number 3, let's begin with your oracle cards. So we have got Key. Bring that here. And Moods. Interesting. And Dragon. Hmm. This is interesting to me. The color schemes are very similar all the way around here. Huh. Okay, we're going to take a look at the descriptions on some of these. In fact, let's do that now. I want to just take a look at Dragon. So that is, say that is a spirit card. Yeah. Interesting. We've had all spirit cards tonight. Dragon. Seeing one's most true self, balancing the ego. The dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our internal world. When dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It is almost as if we are traveling with a great friend inside of ourselves. When we look in the mirror, deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride. And as we traverse even the most difficult terrain, the dragon's eyes see beauty everywhere. It is said that if a yogi does not see beauty in the world, their Anyi is dim. Anyi is described as inner fire or sacred intelligence. May even just the mention of the dragon stir the embers of intelligence within you. Very interesting. I have many thoughts about that. Loads of thoughts. Okay, and I want to just take a look at key and moods for you. So, key, you are ready for the next step and to open a new door. Everything that you need is within you. Oh, man. Be sure to tap into your inner wisdom and guidance at this stage. It's time to expand your life and move to the next stage. Okay. I won't say anything yet, but I'm telling you, this is yeah, it's clear. Moods. This card urges you to acknowledge how you feel, but don't hold on for too long. It can also signify being moody or having somebody moody around you. Remember that this too shall pass. Okay. Well, let's pull the tarot cards first, and then I'm going to come back to this. I think I'm going to do like I did before and bring Dragon over here so we have enough room to lay out the cards. Card number 1 is Seven of Fire. Love that one. Number 2, Hermit. Number 3, Eight of Air. Number 4, High Priestess. Make sure you can see the bottom ones. Yeah, you can. I'm going to scoot them up just a tad. There you go. Number 5, we have Messenger of Fire. I believe she may have also come out in group number 1. And King of Fire. Okay, lots of transformative energy here. I'm going to put this right here. So, group number 3, there's a little bit of a story here. The Seven of Fire, you can see this, what do you call him? Unicorn? The unicorn is kind of standing its ground at the top of a mountain. It's charging ahead on its own way, and it is sure of itself and doesn't want to be talked out of its position by anyone, basically. It wants to do it its own way. And this is making me think that you may have been feeling like you're swimming upstream, like you believe in something and maybe other people aren't seeing it, or somebody else isn't seeing it in the way that you are. This may be causing you some kind of irritation or frustration. There's a key to change this dynamic. It begins with the Hermit, which is the energy of kind of a timeout. And it's not just a timeout where you don't do anything. It's a timeout where you gain a new perspective on everything that's going on. The Eight of Air talks about becoming disillusioned, not in a negative sense, but saying if you've been operating under an illusion, not necessarily seeing things as they really are, taking this hermit time will allow you to see things more clearly. You may have been engaging in this frustrating effort to do things your way because you may be missing something and you may need a change of perspective. The High Priestess is asking you to really tune into your intuition. And I started, kind of chuckling in the beginning when we were pulling the oracle cards, because there's there's so many messages in this reading about tuning into your inner wisdom. And the fact that the dragon card actually spells it out and says, um, connect with the part of yourself, um, the self that sees the self, or however it put it. It's talking about your higher self, essentially. And when you're in this energy, I think you're operating your from your patterned way of thinking. And we can tell when that happens because things feel really frustrating. People seem really frustrating because they're not understanding us, and we're sure that, we're being clear, but they're still not getting it. And so the shift that has to happen, this hermit period of time, is really about going deeply within and finding this higher self energy. This is something you can do potentially through meditation, potentially through hypnosis. I mentioned it in a reading before, but I'm a certified hypnotherapist. A good certified hypnotherapist can help you to go deeper into your own subconscious mind, into a theta brainwave state where things become quieter, your conscious mind quiets down, and you can really hear the intuition. You can really hear and connect with the higher self energy. And so many things can begin to become clearer. And some of the patterned ways that we behave can become clearer. And we can find our way out of a frustrating cycle. So, yeah, the key is taking the time, getting a new perspective, coming out of illusion, seeing things as they really are, tapping into your intuition. And then the messenger of fire is this passionate manifester. Once you've cleared things up, you've seen through the eye of the dragon, you've climbed on the back of the dragon and taken a ride through your own psyche and really gone deep enough to get some answers to the things that have been frustrating you, you'll come back with the energy of the dragon, with the energy of the messenger of fire. And what's interesting here with the king of fire is he takes all that he learned from going in as the hermit, taking the time out, getting a new perspective, connecting with the higher self, using the intuition, finding the true desire and passion that lives within. And he synthesizes all of it, and then he teaches it, perhaps by example, and perhaps actually teaches it. You may get to a point where doing this work will have been so effective for you, so life changing, that you may wish to help other people to make that life changing transition as well. I'm seeing that you are a very powerful spirit. And this time around, you are meant to clear up this mystery. You're meant to go deep within and come face to face with those patterned ways of relating and doing things that are causing you frustration. Because you'll come out the other side with life just flowing in a way that it didn't before. and you'll have the ability to help other people to do the same thing. So, group number 3, I'm going to get your final message from the Fortune Cookie Oracle and just get a final message about what you are meant to hear right now. What message are you meant to hear? Friendship. A friend needs your help. Your kindness and excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. Okay. Hello, counseling skills. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever thought about becoming a counselor of some sort, but it seems like there's a path for you if that's something that you have thought about. Um, Group number 3, I want to thank you so much for being here. And if you've not hit the like button, would you do that? And also click the subscribe button because you'll get notified when I upload new videos. And I would really love it if you would leave me a comment. Group number 3, I hope to see you in my very next video. And until then, take care. Bye.